All right. I was actually wanting to start sooner, but I was actually having several technical difficulties, including the chat for some reason doesn't want to appear on my desktop, but it'll appear on my phone just fine. I already have it open in. This action cannot be performed inside Streamlabs desktop. To interact with chat, you can open this chat in a web browser. Why is it that way? That's so dumb. Alright. So I'm still trying to get things situated. Alright, I'm hoping the music volume to my microphone isn't too bad. I was told from my last stream that the music might have been a little too low. Excuse me. And so I turned it up just a little bit. I'm hoping it's not too loud. But yeah, yesterday's progress was pretty good on the model. Got all the metallics, the silvery parts all base painted. Got the guy on the base finished. Got all the little vine growths painted up. I just got to. There's only one base paint left. Streamlabs, what's that notification? Your microphone is unmuted but no signal. What the heck does that mean? Thanks. Oh, because I start with it muted on by default. Okay. Never mind. But enough with the distractions, hopefully. Let's try to get the brass parts painted. So on her, there is brass, little tiny pieces of brass literally everywhere. There's like little buckles. There's a buckle there. There's 3 buckles here, here, here. She's got an armband. The backs of the handles of both of her daggers. Still a little low? Okay. I turned it up a little bit. I don't want it so loud that it makes it hard for you to hear me or understand what I'm saying. See what else needs brass. Oh, the like base of the hook here needs brass as well. And then there's like these little tiny metal parts on the top and bottom of her hair knot thing. Also, Paul, you were mentioning the focus on my camera. This is literally the best that my focus can do. It is garbage. The only way how the focus can be better is if the camera was closer, and then I bumped the focus from there. But I literally cannot get the camera any closer. This is as close as it gets, unfortunately. Oh, wait, I can see. Streamlabs is so dumb. Okay. I could read the chat from. I could read the chat from my desktop, but I can't reply to it inside. That's really dumb. Alright. Alright, I know you said the music's fine. It's actually a little loud in my ears, so let me turn that down real quick. Anyways, back of the model. I've got. Today has been such a distraction. I'm going to be painting those all brass. Well, it's also the fact that it's a webcam that is shooting in 720p. And for some reason, this is as far out as the focus will go. If I get it closer, as in within probably here, like really, really close, then it'll actually where I can adjust the focus. But this is literally as far out as the focus can go, and if I bring the focus in, it just blurs it. And I don't understand that. So my goal is to get the camera that I was mentioning a little while back to you that I want to get. I'm just gonna be trying to save as much money as I can to get it. Maybe selling these models might speed that up too. So I'm going to be doing for selling the models. First, I'm going to advertise them to our local hobby group and say, hey, does anyone play Dark Eldar, want this Lelith model? And here's the price. If they don't want it, then I will list it on Etsy. But I need to make an Etsy account and all that fun jazz. And I don't know why do I have the big brush out? I really don't need the big brush. Oh, and another part that needs the brass, though, is the guy on the base. Though. So let me do that real quick while I'm looking at him. Is that the only piece that it needs? Yeah, that's the only bit of brass that he needs. Come on. I'm already making a mistake. How much did it cost, though? That's the big thing. I'm gonna have to put... Dang it. I'll fix that here in a little bit. I've actually got some freaking brass on her leg. As long as it didn't get on her skin, I'll be fine. And I'm using too big of a brush, which is funny because it's pretty small. It's a 3/0 round, and it's still too big for what I'm trying to get done. So let me move to this small layer from Citadel. I just don't like this brush too much because it literally has like no springiness left in it. Don't know how to explain it. I just hope I don't get any of this in her hair. That's my biggest concern now, is I'm painting really close to that hair. Also, I don't want to get the document camera. Actually, before you start looking at the price, Paul, for it, I don't want to get the document camera because y'all just got me this overhead camera mount for Christmas, and so I don't want to have it and then not be able to use it. You know, y'all already spent money on this. It was 106. Ugh. See, that's $100 that I could put towards the camera I'm wanting to get. Let's see, will this chair go any lower? Yes, it will. Thank God. Because I need to be able to get in, take a look at all these little, tiny, annoying details. Alright, the daggers are base coated. I need to touch them up a little bit with some black paint here eventually, but also, there's something really cool I noticed, or I saw when I was messing through my sources, Paul, trying to get this camera to work again, because actually the camera, I lost the camera as a source earlier, and it gave me a mini heart attack. That's also why it was taking me a little bit to get the stream started. But I was looking through sources, and I saw where it's in beta testing for Streamlabs, but they have it where they're testing out the software for VTubing within Streamlabs, which I thought was pretty cool. Alright, time to hold the model upside down and try to get these buckles on her chest. The thing is, actually, I can't tell if they're actually supposed to be brass or if they're supposed to be rope, because the parts are so tiny. But I'm going to say they're brass because it just looks really cool. I think it looks really cool, at least. There's one on her side right here. Yeah, it's I saw that as a beta test thing, but basically the reason why is because a lot of VTubers having to use a different software to capture for the VTubing, and then have to import that as a source to their streaming software. So if Streamlabs is just saying, hey, why don't we just do that in-house? That'll save you from having to run multiple programs to just do one thing. Yeah, that's what most people do. Most people have a iPhone with an app in the iPhone, and then all they do is they just send that source and have that picked up by their streaming streaming software. Dadgum. Alright, where's this other... No, I don't want to do that stupid thing. I have the model on on the other monitor, so I can just take a glance at it. And it's funny, there's I know two different streamers that are both named Pasta. One is, of course, the Pasta you're referring to. And then there's another Pasta that is their name is Ya Boy Pasta, and he plays with Badger. Oh my goodness, why are my roommates texting me? Oh, okay. Alright, back to this. What? Jeez. There's so much little tiny brass buckles that I don't want to put too much brass on my paintbrush, but then if I don't put enough, it dries out real quick. So is there any more? Yes. It's actually annoying me how blurry this camera shot is. Let me see if there is something I can try to do. Nope, that just went more blurry. Don't think that helped any. We'll try it. Because what I'm doing right now, it doesn't even show up on camera. It looks like. And I guess I could, I don't know, zooming in is actually going to help either. Why did it just, oh my god. That's another thing I hate about this, having this webcam. Every single time I open this up, it messes with some sort of something on my thing. Like the exposure just went back up. So now everything's bright. Go down. Zoom. Yeah, the focus ain't doing nothing for it. What about sharpness? Can I mess with the sharpness a little bit? Try to get some... That kind of... No. Alright. That's probably the best I'm going to get right there. I don't know about the sharpness fixing anything or not. Oh man, that looks grainy as mess. Nope. And that looks blurry as mess, so... I'll just deal with it as it is. I'll just deal with this until I get the new camera. I just want to get the streaming going, you know. Are you painting anything, Paul, or are you you just chilling? Oh my goodness. And see, I zoomed it in, and now it's making where when I move even a little bit, it throws it out of the camera shot. So camera with wide angle lens is on. Oh, you're saying, okay. What's mom doing? I know she's got the stream on, but I don't know if she's probably watching TV, isn't she? Oh, she's just. Oh, hi, mom. Wait, why do you have a real? She's. All right. What else? Oh, really? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to. I'm keep going back to the source picture to see what I'm missing, and I keep seeing like little tiny brass buckles on her suit. There's one right here on her back. And like I said, I don't even know if y'all can even see what's going on. Like the focus is so like not cooperating. I have one more little brass buckle, I think. Wonder. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Okay, I was checking something on. All right. Oh, I gotta do. Oh, right, I was about to say I thought I was done, but there's one last thing of brass that I have to do, and it's on her little top knot thingy. I complained about this when I was painting it last night. They have this bone wrapping on her top knot, and then they have a brass fittings on either side, which are arguably the same color, it's just one's made of metal and one is not. Why did they do that? They literally could have went with a gold to make it more intense and make it stand out a bit. They could have went with silver because there's silver already all over the freaking model. But no, let's go with brass because why not? To be fair, it actually does. In real life, it does look a little bit better. I just wish y'all could see it. Okay. And I think that's... I think that's it for base coats. I'm not going to worry about the... You can't... It's kind of hard to see in the model. Actually, you can see a few of them. There's these metal hooks in her hair. Why? Because why not? That's literally probably the reason they gave. I don't want to bother painting anything on her hair anymore until everything else on the model is done. Because every single time I go, I'm touching this hair and moving it and doing something with it. I don't want to risk rubbing the paint off any more than, you know, what's necessary. And I see I got... Oh my goodness. I actually see... I got some brass on said hair. Dang it. Luckily, I got a little bit of this red still left over from yesterday. Just paint that into that. Might need 2 coats, but we'll see. Just as I said, I didn't want to touch the hair. All right. Now that's finished. I need to get my black wash out. Where's my black wash? Oh, right. Hold on. Thanks, Mom. The base coats are finished. Thank God. Now I get to move on to putting washes on the model. Is that it? There's my black wash. Okay, cool. So, Citadel, or Games Workshop, done messed up. And what I mean by that is, they reformulated this. They reformulated Nuln Oil, arguably the best wash for anything, just about it. You want to just make black shadows or just grime in general? No, they reformulated it to work more like a contrast paint, which is fine if you've never used the original Nuln Oil. So I got Pro Acryl's black wash in an attempt to copy, or to try to get roughly the same same look. It's got a little mixing ball in it, and that's what you hear me shaking it with, trying to get the pigments all loose and good. Oops. Dab that. Alright. What I'm going to put this on is the blades, the red tassel thingy. Oh, there's one more thing of brass I need to do. Dang it, I knew I was missing something. And I've already seen it, but you know, because I'm already doing the black wash, we're already here. I'll just continue doing this, get it done, go back to the brass in a minute. I don't want to put it too thick. On the daggers, because I want them to still be nice and shiny. I'm planning on being on tomorrow night as well. I don't know if it's going to be with the same model or not. It depends on if I finish her up tonight or not. There we go. Trying to contemplate if I want to put this wash on any of the little spikes that are on her armor. They're pretty small, and I feel like putting this on would probably dull on them too much, and it's already a pain in the butt to get them to where they are now. Oh, there's another part of brass. I forgot her gauntlet. Okay, yeah, I will. The only day I won't be doing it Thursday because I have Bible study Thursday. And I think they're actually doing a Valentine's Day like dinner thing for us. So I need to remember that Thursday because I don't want to. Normally, I grab something to eat on the way to the church, and I don't want to forget about that and have eat a full meal and then be too full to enjoy whatever they're making for us. I will do the big spikes on her, on this gauntlet though. And then I want to do the weird gothic like shoulder thing that she's got going on right there. That looks, I mean, it looks really cool, but I just don't understand it. But of course, it's Eldar aesthetic. I guess we humans aren't supposed to understand their designs, you know? Sorry, I know I'm taking it off screen, but it's really hard to see some of these details I'm trying to get going. And also, Mom, you can come back to the stream as well if you want to and watch the stream after the fact, and it still counts for viewership and stuff like that. Alright, and that's it for the black wash. Definitely got more on my palette than I meant to, but it literally was like I didn't even barely open the bottle and it was already pouring out, so I just grabbed what was pouring out and just put it on my palette. Alright, now let's get back to that brass because like I said, there's a few things that I forgot about that I want to take care of. Which is this piece right here on the... Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah, watching, you can still watch the stream after the fact, and it'll still count for the view, like the view whenever you come and watch it, and then it'll also count the how long you were watching the stream, which is called watch time. All right. Yep. There's just that little head of the hook. All right. Good night. I'll try to call you. I might call you tomorrow or Thursday after work. I don't know exactly when. It'll probably be. I don't know. We'll see. A little bit too much brass. I'm a little too saucy with it, which is fine. There we go. Now I need a careful amount. I need to look at this on her. Is there a close-up of the... Of course they don't have a close-up. All right. All right. I'm getting the brass on, like, little pattern on her gauntlet. So I know it's impossible to see, but that's currently what I'm doing. Goodness. Can a single pixel of that show up for you guys? Of course not. All right. Sorry. All right, I like how that's looking. I'm definitely not gonna shade that. I do need to get my black paint back out and do a little corrections here and there on a few pieces of the model. Dang it. I'm really trying to keep this in focus, I swear. Or not in focus, in camera shot. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm trying to get closer to the model, but keep it in camera shot, so... Alright. I'll try to do this, I'll try to smooth that out a little bit. Alright. I don't know what I'm going to do about her eyes. Miniat, yeah. It's just a fact of life when it, you know. You have a camera overhead, you're gonna... I feel like trying to get some shadow in her eye sockets is what I'm trying to do right now. Start to thin down some of that black wash. Don't know if it's actually going to help or not. Let me clear it away. Get a little bit more in that. Try to thicken that, or not thicken, but add more pigmentation to the black wash. Really get it down to just a little bit on the brush. Another thing for Lilith, she has a freaking face tattoo, and I'm not confident that I'm going to be able to do it. There we go. Just a little bit of shading in her face. Like, especially if I'm trying to do her face, you're going to get my head. I'm sorry. You're going to get my head in the camera shot. What color do I want to do her eyes with, though? I mean, because I've already did all her skin is done. I don't have to worry about any more of her skin. It's finished, which is probably where my first mistake was. I already know it's better to use an off-white for eyeballs, so I'm wondering if Gray Seer might be the way to go. If it wasn't thick paste in the bottom of the... Actually, that wasn't too bad. The Wraith Bone yesterday was much worse. Yeah, because it's like 3 little tiny lines coming off of her, from underneath her left eye. And I don't know if you've seen what's also right underneath her left eye. It's this freaking shoulder pad, this metal shoulder pad thingy, which the optimum angle to try to do it, that shoulder pad is in the way. So, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. It's been so long since I've done eyeballs. I do feel like I have a steady enough hand to try to do the eyeball today, so... Or at least that eyeball. Probably gonna get my fat head in the way, just... Oh, that flooded the whole area. Damn it. So it tells me I need to thicken it up. Painting eyeballs is such a pain. Now I got one eyeball. There we go. Now I need to make sure she's looking the same direction when I do the pupils. Or else I'm going to be hella sad. Alright. Nope, not that one. I need the Black Legion. And I need... put some on my palette, because I can get a little bit better control out of that than from the pot. I feel like I need an even smaller brush, but I physically just do not have a smaller brush. Also help if the brush was actually properly dried when I did that, so it doesn't go everywhere. And what the hell? Shit. All right. Do need to do a little bit of cleanup on the skin, but I did it. Where's my Rakarth flesh? There it is. Oh, that needs a hell of a big shake. Now, come on. Oh, and I just got my napkin all in my paint. All right. Sorry, I know you can't see me doing the eyeballs, but no. I was trying to make it where you could see her left eyeball a little bit better, and I made it where you can see it a heck of a lot better now. So now I need to clean that up. Surprisingly, not that bad after messing up like that. I feel like she needs. I find it funny that in GW models, no one has eyebrows. Like, no one has eyebrows. Might actually fix that on her. Give her red eyebrows. She's got red hair. And I can cut back with the skin color to thin them out so they don't look bushy. Holding it that way was a mistake. I feel like that actually does make her look a little bit better. I know the GW paint scheme looks leagues better than mine, but I do think red eyebrows helps bring out just the anger that she has for, you know, everything. I am going to cut them back, though, because they are hella thick. I'll cut them back in a second once I get some paint going for her teeth. And I see somehow I got freaking brass on her hair right there. I'm actually, this is why I didn't want to do the hair yet. There we go. Like you said, that if I'm not completely confident, I have zero confidence in being able to do that tattoo. I have none at all. No. Can I do want to get... I gotta get back to configure video. Let's try to get that focus. Oh my god, why did it do that? Yeah. I know it's hard to see in the... But I think the red eyebrows do make her look a little bit better. Alright. And now let's bring that back up slightly so you can actually not... The camera shot won't be too dark. Why did I have to mess up the hair again? We're fine. Luckily, Mephiston Red has awesome coverage. And boom. As like it never happened. Speaking of Mephiston Red... Actually, no. Before we do anything else. Now let's move to the next shade. Because I need to shade the brass. I'm going to take Agrax Earth Shade. And I'm going to actually thin it down a little bit because I don't want it to be full strength. Put a little bit of water in it. And that's it for the brass parts. It's already 9:30. Holy crap. Definitely not as much stream time as I thought I was going to have tonight. That's a shame. I'm not going to bother shading all those little buckles that she has because screw that. What I will do though is fix this belt that I just noticed was not. All right. Any other bits that I need to worry about? I don't think so. I think we're all looking good. As far as I'm aware, the whole model is now shaded, which is awesome. The face is painted, the skin is done. Now it's time for highlights. What the hell do I highlight her armor with? She's got black leather and black armor. Do I do two different? I wanna. I want to look what I'm looking at with black leather. You actually get real black leather. But I know you dye it, obviously. The thing is, it's hard for me to highlight the black, because I'm like, black is black. There's not much you can do to it. And I don't want to mess anything up. What I might do, though... Where's Dark Reaper? I have Dark Reaper sitting somewhere. A, B, C, D, E. So it should be... Have them move stuff so I can get to my paints. And it's not where it's supposed to be. Lovely. Which means it's out already. Oh, yep, there it is. I kind of wonder if I should. Nah, if I have to, I can correct with a thinned contrast paint. Now back to her. It's so hard because parts of her is armor and parts of it is leather and parts of it look like they just seamlessly go together. I didn't know that. I'm looking at it. I can see where they don't. Okay. Might be thin enough to do this with. That's all right. Kind of glaze into her calf. The highlight. I shouldn't be using water if I'm trying to glaze, though. I should be using lime and medium, but it's alright. I'm like holding my breath, trying to get the don't need to worry too much about the highlights here because all this is going to be really in shadow anyways. But I would still like to get a little bit going, you know? Right, yeah, y'all can kind of see what I'm going for with the highlights, like glazing in where the sun should be like shining onto her leather pants. I have thinner paint for the glazing and then thicker paint for like this line right here that should be easier to paint than it actually is, but whatever. Go back to the glaze. Glaze that calf just a little bit more. Try to smooth it out a little bit too. A little bit of a glaze there. Don't want too much though. There we go. The back of her calf, her thigh, and her buttocks. First of all, why is that not black? It looks... It's like a dusty gray color, which is annoying me. I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, I don't know what paint I used on her for her bodysuit initially, but it definitely has lightened up over time, which I do not appreciate. I'm hoping it's not this contrast paint, because then it'll just do it again. Alright. Do I have a llama medium? Yes, I do. Yes. So actually, we're going to stop using water. Use llama medium, because it's actually a lot smoother when you use llama medium. And honestly, that might be it for highlighting. Actually, now I do want to get a bit more of a radial highlight on certain parts. And I want a really thin spot. It's like really thin because I really want to make that transition very, very smooth. This camera. So I definitely need one with a wide angle lens. Oh my goodness. I think I saw in one of the pictures her daggers had a bit of a, yeah. A bit of a color effect going on. I don't really know what it's about, but I'll try to replicate it while I got Dark Reaper out. Not gonna be a big effect. think I'm done with glazing for now. Get a little bit more Dark Reaper, just for the sake of the edge highlights. It's not really a lot because this leather is very hard to highlight, to be honest. It's so tiny and so oh gosh, that's still too liquidy. Put more on palette. So many tiny details. And that foot is a royal pain in the butt to even get to. It probably would also help if I actually got it back to black. There we go. Oh my goodness. I at least want to get the Dark Reaper finished before I call it a night. Alright. I think I'm finished with the leg armor. Or not leg armor, but the black leather, I should say. I do want to Try to put a little bit of a radial highlight there. Save it there. There we go. Trying to make a subtle highlight on black leather is it's a challenge. Overall, not too bad. I still have more brass on her freaking hair that I gotta take care of, but you know, that's gonna be for another day. As for the black armor, I'm gonna do. Shit, actually, do I want to do that tonight or do I? No, I really don't want to bother with it tonight. But I do want to get the colors at least out and established. Let me find them first. What color is that? Oh, this. I have Eshin Gray somewhere. Or do I? Stormvermin Fur. Gave him by Dinge. Dawnstone. That'll be a secondary highlight for the armor. Ash and Gray. There we are. Okay. Dark Reaper's done. What's the one after this in their lineup? The Thunderhawk? Ooh. Do I not have Thunderhawk? Or is it also out? Yeah, it's also out. Dang it, Alright, there's that color triad. And then... So it's Dark Reaper, Thunderhawk Blue will be the secondary highlight tomorrow. And then Fenrisian Gray. Oh my goodness, is that cap not going to close? Okay, that's not going to close without me cleaning it. Okay, anyways, the armor is going to be Eshin Gray, Dawnstone, and then Administratum Gray. Again, tomorrow. And then I'll work on highlighting the metallics and stuff like that. But overall, why do I keep getting rid of it? Dang it. All right, webcam, configure video. It's gonna get bright as mess again. Take it down to 7. Bring her really close up. But that's where I got her. To tonight. Not honestly, not a lot. I'm kind of disappointed in myself with how little I did. Well, to be fair, I did get her face done. And I do like how she looks. It's not the best face I've done, but it'll work. But overall, like I said, I'm happy with how I got what I'm happy with how the face looks. Got some good progress going. That glazing took a little bit of time. But everything's shaded. The face is done. The leather armor is doing... It's actually looking really, really good for now. So what I'll do is I'll bring up the highlights. And then I might thin down the Black Legion, the black paint, and then darken the armor back to try to, for one, it'll blend a little bit better, And then 2, that way the armor still looks like black armor when I'm done. But overall, she's coming together and she's looking really, really good. So I'm happy with that. But for tonight, we'll leave that there. Tomorrow, we'll hit back to it. Hopefully by tomorrow we're done. All of the black armor and black leather will be finished. And then we'll see where we go from there. It'll probably be highlighting also the red parts. Which means I need to go back to Mephiston Red. And then it'll be Evil Sun Scarlet, wherever that is on my desk. There it is. And then... where's the other red color? There is one more. I can't remember the name of it. I'm tired. Got it? Nope. It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. No, that's Wasdaka Red. That's not the right red. Oh, Wild Rider Red. There it is. So I'm trying to establish my highlight trios. And that'll be for the tassels. That little thing for holding the chain hook thing, and then of course her hair. So I might actually save the red for last. I gotta do the metallic highlights, which honestly is not a lot. I'm just not gonna bother with the face tattoo. That needs to be done. That needs to be done. The little spirit stone. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I need to get off. Thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for watching. I will be back tomorrow. Trying to think when I'm gonna expect it for around the same time as today. We'll try to shoot for 8 o'clock Eastern time. 7:30. It might happen at 7:30. We'll have to see. Depends on how traffic is getting off work, how dinner is, and everything like that. But yeah, with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.